Hello and welcome to another episode of me painting again. Oh yeah, we're painting again. I've just loaded my palettes with some paints and I'm getting prepared to do a painting. So what we have on the palette, paints wise, is a right mess because I didn't clean the palette very well last time. But it doesn't matter because it's all dry. So what we have is some ivory black, sap green, bit of homemade ultramarine blue, some burnt umber, also a homemade brew, yeah, cadmium yellow, cadmium red, a bit of phthalo green, I'm not sure if I'm going to need it, but I'll put it on, and some titanium white, which I can't do without. It's the greatest white ever. So, what are we painting? We're painting this. We went to Chatsworth Gardens a while ago. Yep, I managed to get there, snooped around a little bit, pretended I was a gentleman. Good morning, good morning. Oh yes, lovely day, isn't it? What? And I was enjoying myself, and then I thought, well, that's quite a nice scene. I've never painted before, although I really want someone in the tunnel bit. It'd be really good if there was someone in there walking through, so I might add that. I can always add that. Maybe just a little bit of black, just to introduce someone in a fancy suit or something, I don't know. So I think I'll just start this with a quick painterly sketch, rather than drawing it and getting it as accurate as possible. I'm feeling like I want to just paint. I want to just loosely slop some paint around and enjoy myself, because I've been really strict with myself with my other painting I'm doing this big painting, which I was going to film, but it's been so complex to film, that is, because I don't have pro equipment. I just have a few video cameras, and it's difficult to set it up and paint and remember to press record and all that when you're doing something magnificent like what I am doing. But I'll talk about it and I'll let you know how I did it, because you might want to know. So I'm looking at this picture and I'm making changes in my mind, and what I'm thinking is, so you can see the way it's got lighter here on the trees. Well, the problem with that is it's going to blend in a little bit with the top of this. I don't want that. So what I might do is try dulling those trees down. And then maybe I can, if I just dull the brightness down a touch, a tone, a tone or two, it might make the bridge, well, the fancy bridge, look a bit better. This is what I'm thinking. My other option is making the bridge darker, but I just feel like if I just dull that down a little bit in the background, then it's going to look a lot better. So I might just go with my instincts on this one. Maybe I'll do a quick sketch, a really quick sketch. All my brushes have got colours on that I've been using for these buildings I've been painting. So I'll just wipe this off. And then, right, so what I'm thinking is, get a little bit of colour and just do a nice little sketch, not too complicated. So basically the bridge, problem is now when I sketch I find it really hard to do a quick sketch, because I always want to do it really accurate now. Let's just quickly do a quick, very quick measurement. quick measurement and let's make a few marks. Speedy is the rule of the day. Speedy. Just doing a few quick, super quick measurements. I try not to be a perfectionist because I don't want to be a perfectionist. I just want to flow. I want this to flow out. So anyway, let's get this door area in. So the door is sort of here and it's rounded like that. And then we've got this path that goes in. Really nice walk around there it was actually. I like a nice relaxing walk. Almost feels like you're discovering the past when you walk around there as well, because of how much history there is. And pretending to be posh is what I like doing, so. Da, 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 la, la, la. So that's not bad. This comes right out here, it goes like that. Took a few photos in the gardens actually, and like I said, I just really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it. Yeah, let's loosen up, loosen up. Okay. Gotta do that. You sit on your chair and you relax your shoulders and you loosen up like that. And then you feel looser and you're ready to rock then. You're ready to rock. About there. We can improve upon this as we paint it, I suppose. Well, that's what I'm going to tell myself. Well, it seems low to me, but I don't know. Maybe it'll be right. Maybe it'll be alright on the night. Maybe it's not right, I don't know. There is one way I find always works for me. Is to put it right next to it. And you can see now. That's not bad though, is it? That's not a bad guesstimate. That's not bad really. I feel like this. Yeah, that's more like there. Not so much there. Probably about there. Maybe the more bits there. Maybe it is on mine. But you know, we're not too bad really. And there's this thing here. Maybe I'll leave that like that, and then I can paint that half with that there, and that'll help me a little bit. So what I'm thinking first is to block in all them trees, get them in, get that mass of green in, and then it's pretty much just sap green. I'll put a little bit of the old burnt umber in it, just to get that darkness. We can add any light that we need to as we go. But what I'm thinking is we can start getting the silhouette of the building in. Get the silhouette in. Got some nice grass there. So all I'm doing is I just keep picking up a little bit of sap green, a little bit of the burnt umber, and that's it. Nothing too special, nothing too special. Just picking the colours up, throwing it on. We're just blocking in really. Just block it in. So looking at it, it's like there. To keep telling myself, don't be so accurate, this is just a bit of fun, enjoying yourself, doing a bit of painting, don't feel like you have to get it exact. Just threw a little bit of cat yellow into my green there. Just a bit. Just changing the brightness there. Could even, while we've got this on a brush, could get a little bit of this cad yellow, on our dirty brush and throw this grass in. Did you notice that? That's a bit sneaky there. I threw a little bit of phthalo green into my colour just to boost it a bit. Sit back a bit, get to see the whole thing a bit clearer. It's not that dark, we need to chop that off there. There we go. And that big lump is there, isn't it? It's actually there. So we need to think about that, but we won't worry too much about that because we can paint over. We're doing a bit of wet on wet, a la prima type thing. Yeah, this is where I'm making changes because I want that round area. I want it to stand out a bit. And it, let's face it, it won't stand out if it's light behind it. If you put light behind light, you get nothing. If you put dark behind dark, once again, you get nothing. And we want something. We want something. It's the difference a painter always has. Well, not the difference really, now Photoshop's around. But it's just a skill a painter can have, is to be able to play with light and dark and change things for his benefit or her benefit. Depending on who's painting, you know. That's the beauty of painting as well, is that everyone sees things with their own eyes. They see everything, the world and everything around it differently. They all see it differently. For me, I love nature, and I like to look at nature and admire it and try and capture nature on my canvas, where someone else, they might be more interested in cars and they want to paint cars, and whatever you're interested in, just peeking behind there, having a look at it, that's alright. I'm just going to block this in with this dark, and then I can put light on top. This is a painting in two halves again. But it does make it easier when you can see one side and you can see it so closely. It does make it easier. I want to put some grass in, I want to put some grass in. Gonna get a little bit of the old phyllo green to throw some tasty grass in there. The sun's shining outside. I was sat out there for a while. If you're watching this on another day, this is Easter weekend 2020 and we're in lockdown. It's been a weird time, hasn't it? But what I think is important is we keep painting and enjoying our painting. Get some of this, just a bit of white in with the green, that was all. A little bit of ultramarine blue as well. So when you're mixing colours, a lot of the time you're just thinking, is it a bit bluer? Is it bluer? Literally, is it bluer? Is it yellower? Is it redder? And then you just put your colours in. You start mixing. Do you want it? I tend to find warm or cool is a good way of thinking. Is the colour warmer? Is the colour cooler? If it's cooler, you probably need a bit of blue in it. If it's warmer, you probably need a bit of red in it. And that's how I think anyway. We all have our own ways. Someone might be shouting at the screen saying, "No! No! That's not how I do it." Like I said, we all have our own ways. Now the colours of this building is a bit weird. It's warm greys. Warm and cool greys, actually. So, I'm thinking a bit of the ultramarine blue, a bit of the red, kind of red here, and a lot of white. What would that make? That would make a nice lavendery colour, which I think is almost the base of this building. Let's see. Yeah. Around this area, it's almost perfect around that area. So yeah, look at that. Perfect. So let's throw a bit of this in about there, and then we can always change the colours as we go. You don't have to have it like this. Threw in a bit of more warmth there. I kind of regret it. As soon as I did it, I regretted it. Goes quite dark there, doesn't it? Goes quite dark there. Let's just throw a bit of... I'm going to throw a bit of brown in it. Bit of brown in it. That seems quite... Seems quite long, that does. Might have to change that as well. Thoughts? I think that goes to there, and then that goes to there. So I may need... this to go here. Something like that. There's sort of a hint of blue in that. So I'm going to grab in a bit of blue in my white. What I'm doing anyway is I'm just slowly building things up. This isn't probably the best way to paint. It's just the way I do it now. I tend to build colours up, start looking at basic colours, and then like I said with the warm and cold, I start looking at cool areas, looking at warm areas, and then I start playing a bit. And start seeing problems, and then I just play around on the palette. I just throw in colours and go, "Oh, what's that going to make?" And then use it. And I think I don't know what's happened, but I've changed as a painter. I've become a little bit more. I wonder what's going to happen if I do this and this. Where before I'd be more strict with myself. I'd be like, oh, I need to make sure I get this right. I need to make sure that colour mix is right. I kind of still do that, but I also am a bit more slapdash, I suppose. It's almost like I've restarted painting. It's like I pick up my brush and I'm like, oh, what does this do? Well, this is different. Just see what happens at the end of the day. So we've got this really nice browny blue. And I'm just like throwing my brush in the blue and just chucking it in something else and going, oh, I like this browny bluey colour. It's looking quite nice. I might throw that in like this, throw it in here. I think what it is, it's just because I don't really know what I'm doing. I just make it up. I'm like, oh well, I'll try this colour and see how that looks. Oh, I quite like that. I'll do this. Anyway, we don't want to get bogged down. That's what I'm telling myself. Don't get too bogged down on getting it exact. We want to get a good shape. Don't get me wrong, I want to get a good shape going. But I don't need anything to be too precise, too still. Some areas maybe I want to just indicate a few bricks like that. Maybe make a colour for this area. Throw in a bit of the pinky colour. I might just go over that and then I can just paint on top. Sort of get some of this. So I'm just going to show you because I know this isn't a very good tutoring episode, and it isn't. Because this is just the way I paint. I just throw in, I've got like blobs all over the place. And I just experiment with colour, and it's really fun doing it that way. Just experimenting, thinking, oh, what'll happen if I do this? What'll happen if I do that? What's going to unfold? Is it going to work? Is it going to come out looking a bit rough? Is it going to come out looking great? We don't know. Got to try it, and then things start happening. And I dance around the, not literally, I dance around the palette and the painting, using different colour, using different ways of applying the paint as well. Like this, it's more just touching the canvas and letting the paint come away, and then maybe some of the areas, maybe I want to be a bit more specific with my brush stroke or something, and I'll be, I want this to be specific. To get this sort of a shape going. Do I want this to be exact? No. I just want to get the paint on there, get things going and build things. I like to paint in various ways, and I've been asked the question, do you have to paint in one way? I think everyone, when you've done a few paintings, you will paint in one way in a sense. I just want to see a bit more of that. In a sense you will. And what I mean is that you will have your own way that you like to do things. You'll have your own kind of inner rules in your own mind on what you want to achieve, and I think that's enough. I think that's all you need. Your own mind telling you what you want to achieve. And then kind of go along with it. Something to wipe this brush because it's caked in paint. There we go. Just sitting back having a look at what I've done so far. So I'm really trying to get the basics in, and then I can start playing with things a bit more. I want to get the warmth under here. There's a warmth under there. I might put it under there as well. These little get those sort of warm glows in places. Might as well put them in. It's quite cool under there though. Grey. It was quite a good what's it called? can't remember the word now. I'm lost for words. That's not looking too bad, is it? Not too bad. There's lots of things I can add and change and things, but I think what I'll do is get that bit of grass in. That bit of grass in there. Really bright yellow. Might use some of this. Might use a bit in here. Just in a few areas. Maybe a few over here as well. Remember, we don't want to be making things too bright around here yet. Well, we don't want to make it too bright at all. Keep it quite dark to make this stand out. It's alright to put a bit in. We don't want this to be just solid. Get a bit of red in it as well. Change the strokes to side on. Okay. Need to change that bit. And a little bit of the phthalo green along there. Okay, not too much, not too much. Just sit back, have a look at the painting. What needs changing, like grass. Needed straightening up a bit, I think. Anyway, something like that. Let's move back to the I can see some really nice light blue. So a bit of white and blue. Get some of that in. There's also some up here. Doing some little there, there's a bit there, a bit here. Need to sort of need to fill that bit in as well. Get some of this. Go all the way along there. Let's have a look at that. There's some blues. Something like that, and some light. I tell you, it gets exciting. The more you sit there and paint, the more excited you get because you start seeing, oh, I could do this, or I could do that. And I think when you start putting little bits of light in, that's when things start to really come alive. My palette's a bit of a mess, so I'm trying not to lift it up because I'll get paint everywhere. But it's just white and yellow, just white and yellow. And I want to catch this light that's sort of going bloop, 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 bloop down there. And there's a bit of light going shoo along here. And we have this going here. Just calm that down a bit there. Don't think we've got that quite right, but I'm not worried too much about it. I'll leave that because I don't want to be spending my time measuring. This in here. Okay, just sit back, have a look at that. Tell you what would be good, even though it isn't, the light on the photo isn't yellow. It'd be good if it is, so I can go on that, and then on the side of the checking that it's on and that as well. Sort of exaggerating colours really. Just using my thumb to get rid of that bit. Put some light on there. Why not? And on this side here there's some bit of light there. And you can see this bit's lit up here. Just sitting back having a look. There's this light there as well. Trying to keep that light warm by using yellow in it rather than just pure white, because if you use pure white it'll tend to look a bit too cold. Okay, I'm quite liking that. I'm going to use some of this yellow, dull yellow, in some of the rock as well, where I can see areas there's bits of yellow in it. Got some darker colour as well to darken some of those areas. Okay, gonna get some more of the blues, blue and red. Oh, I need to sort that out as well. This grass needs to go down there. And then we've also got on the grass some light areas. Okay. It's a real mission, isn't it? To get it all onto I want to dull that down a bit. Some more of a purpley colour. Get that shape. That's not right. I think that needs to come down a bit. Could be wrong. Let's have a go at that. Let's just knock that down a bit. There we go. Warm that bit up as well. Getting a bit of more warmth. Okay. Yeah, that's looking a bit more interesting. It's a bit better, a bit happier. Still want a bit of the blue. So we're on part 2. Had a bit of a break, bit of a breather, had a drink, had some Easter egg, and I'm ready to do some more now. I'm looking at the how far we've got. It's quite a nice painting so far. It needs work. I've been wanting to paint this since for ages, really. And I never got round to it. I need to start bringing more colour into this area. So we've got that. I went for about there, didn't I? Anyway, we'll go with something like that, and then I've got this bit here. And there. We need to match this up with this side as well. Bit of green, bit of brown. So we need to put there. Just trying to feel out where the whereabouts I can put that. So if we go in, it should be about there. And like I said before, we want to be able to use the dark to show the light. So we can use the dark to lock that in there. And that goes to there. Goes down. About there. Remind myself, it's just a sketch. It is just a sketch. It's just a sketch. This is not something that I'm going to spend hours and hours and hours on. I tell myself this to prevent myself from spending hours and hours and hours on it. Because it's easy to do, you know, spend loads of time on a painting. It really is. I don't even know how many hours I've spent on my other picture that I'm working on. A lot. But then in the museums, I've said this before, in the museums you'll see paintings that artists have spent 10 years on the same picture. 10 years, so it just shows how much time it takes to create something. Especially when you've got a lot of detail and it's a lot of work. And I think it's forgotten. I think it has been forgotten a bit, that how much work an artist puts into their paintings, because a lot of painters, they struggle to get a decent amount of money for a painting that they've done. And you probably know, if you've had a go at selling and you want to be able to make painting your living, you need to be selling paintings for a decent amount of money, don't you? It's not easy. I've been lucky really that some people have bought paintings that I've had for sale. That has managed to keep me going in the hobby, because it does mean a lot when I sell a painting because it keeps me in the hobby. And it's a good feeling that someone has spent a bit of their money, their hard-earned cash, on a piece of artwork that I've created. And if you get into selling the odd painting here and there, it's good to be thankful, isn't it, of people supporting other artists. I think it's important. When I'm a rich man, I'll go around buying paintings off everybody. When I win the lottery, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just buy loads of pictures. Have my own little gallery. Bit like the old the Victorian collectors used to do. Go around buying up all the great paintings. Or they would commission artists that they admired, get them to paint portraits of themselves, showing their greatness in their portrait. I was thinking about doing one for myself, actually. One of these old sort of fancy portraits. I've got to try and line this up a little bit. It's looking a bit ski-whiff. But ski-whiff. So, not sure how long it's been now. Been over a week. I wasn't very well. Battled through whatever I had. Who knows what it was. I was totally totally out of it, I was. But I'm feeling good now. I'm feeling up for doing some great paintings. Well, I'm really enjoying this, actually. I've got to say, I'm really enjoying this. It's always quite daunting when you start painting and you think, oh, this is going to be a challenge. But then just get going, get the paints and get going, and just see what happens. There's one thing that's proven to make someone better as a painter, and that's practice. That's a proven thing. The greatest painters the world has ever seen would tell you they painted and painted. I mean, look at Van Gogh. Look at how much effort he had to put in to get to the level that he got to. I mean, he got amazing, in my opinion. This is my opinion. He got incredible at painting. And imagine how much better he would have got if he didn't get taken from the world so young. He would have got even better. Oh. Something I try and do is use one brush for dark, one brush for light, so I can be quick about doing stuff like this. I say that, and now I've gone into like a bit of light again. We've got another plane there. Also got some grass. If I put a bit of blue in with the green, I can get this grass colour. See? And this should be in line with that. Oh well, that'll do. Can't be messing about, can we? We've got to go with it'll do in this situation, because I want to get this painting done today. Not tomorrow, today. If you're wondering about the background, thinking, oh, why did you paint this on like a grey background? It kind of worked nicely, didn't it, using the grey. Get rid of that blue, it's too blue. There we go. That's quite nice. White like that. I think we'll fill this area up. Maybe I'll throw in a bit of this yellow and green, touch of red in it, areas, just to warm it up. We'll just put in a few indications of something here. Don't want too much, because I don't want to steal a bit of changing colour on that side. Okay, just sit back, have a look at that. I think that's enough. Like I said, I don't want to do too much because I don't want to take away the shape that we've got going, and I want to keep that shape. Okay. Hints of blue in there, liking those hints of blue. Now we've got a wall there I need to get in. Like I said, my palette's all over the place. There's paint everywhere. See what I mean? It's not really the type of palette that you can look at and go, oh, right, yeah, I'll do that, that's a good idea. It's a mess, it's a mess. Anyway, I want to get this in here. So I've got that there. A wall. Just about there, doesn't it? I might cool it down a bit. Like that. And then it's got that light on it. And a few little sticks of sorts there. Now we'll put them in. Put in a few. Looks like it's a cut down bush, doesn't it? There we go. Just sit back, have a look at that. We've got this bright area above. It's really bright. So we've got the white and the yellow. About there, would you say? Goes. And we've got this. Like there, quite warm really under there. Then get some of this dark. Not sure what that is. Bit of the cool dark there. Then we've got like this fence. Sort of fence here, isn't there? I mean a gateway. There's a post there as well. There's all kinds of little details here. And then we've got this, which we need to try and show up a bit. Just do the top of this gate. Just make an indication of some light. I'm not too worried about that being too precise. We've got this thingy. Let's just see if we can fake this in. Oh, this is right up here. Maybe that'll do. Maybe we don't need too much. Most of it's covered. Keep it indicating, more of an indication. Something I do need. Bit of that. Just that bit of variety there. Just it does need. Now and then you do need a hint of variety. Okay. Sit back. Grab some yellow. Yellow and white. Let's see if we can put this in. With that, yeah, that's about right. So we've got this going. And what we need is a light version of that. See if we can. Something like that. There is actually a nice bit of yellow on there, which I like. I'll put in that. And there's a few I mean, this is going into a bit of detail really, but you can see a few dull blobs in amongst this. I think we'll leave that as is. There's a couple of light spots. Light blue. Oh dear. Speaking of light blue, I might break this up a little bit. With a bit of blue. See the difference it makes when you do that. It's something I really noticed the most when I was out painting in the woods is the light that shines through, and I always make sure I have a bit of that light shining through. It really is important. Just sends you a bit of depth as well, but we'll keep it away from this because we want to make sure we can still see this. I like that bit of yellow there. Yeah, quite liking that. Might go back to the other side, maybe. Do I need a bit of this here? There's a post there. Yeah, quite like that. I'm going to go back to the other side. So we've got this thingy to do on this side. It's about there, I think. Like I always paint, and paint in some light, paint in some dark. Throw some different colour. That needs a bit more blue. There. There's all kinds of colours in this, and there's even sort of a post there, I've just noticed it. And there's these leaves. Block that in a bit. Didn't even notice them leaves before. Anyway, that'll do for that. Okay, we've got that fence. Need a bit of paper just to throw in that bit of a gate, and then we might have to consider calling this. Because we can only go so far. And put this gate in. Kind of trying not to oversell the gate idea. Just trying to get a idea of it. Will do. Let's just move that out of the way. Have a look at it as a whole. I do quite like it. I reckon I'm going to put a little light on the top of that as well. Just there. Got that there, and there's a bit of the building. I mean the wall sort of going jutting out there. I mean that's that important, mind you. Right, let's sit back, have a look at that. I quite like it. I do really like it. I can see maybe that this would need straightening a bit like that. Maybe a bit of a ridge there, a ridge there. A bit of a ridge there. And then I want to do this person in there. So in my mind, I might see like a person. Would be pretty cool, wouldn't it? Just want to change this up a bit. Just changing that, and there's some light on it as well, which I've not added here. There's another plant in front of that plant. Well, I think we're about done. You could go on forever. You really could, but it's quite a nice little painting. I'm and ahhing of whether I should put someone in there walking away. Would be good. Maybe what I should do is pretend that I've finished now, and then if I mess it up, no one will know. I really want someone walking away. Maybe in like a blue dress. So. Something like that, just walking away. Maybe there's a little trying to think. But you can see a bit of her arm there. Maybe. Maybe she's got yellowy hair. Maybe yellowy brown. Don't want it to be too. Yeah. Maybe I can have the light just hitting one side of her like there. And maybe a touch of light just hitting her there on her hair. Just an indication of somebody. Yeah, go something like that. There's someone there, you can't quite see, but there is somebody, and I quite like that idea. So, thanks very much for watching this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it gave you an idea. I'm probably going to give myself a little JB on there. Yeah, I hope it gave you an idea. I know it's not really much of a how-to video. It's more of a watching me paint. But maybe I should do little how-tos as well on how to do little things, techniques and stuff. I should. But anyway, for now, thanks very much for watching this episode. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope it makes you inspired to paint your own painting. And I'll see you at another one. Cheers, bye.